What's going on, guys? I'm Zach from the Lumios Post, where we talk about all things Pokemon, and today we will be talking about the new announcement for the Pokemon anime. So this is actually kind of huge. Today was the last episode in Japan for Pokemon Journeys, which of course has been following Ash and a new protagonist named Go, and kind of a new protagonist named Chloe, that's using protagonist and using following there. It's very, very loose, but either way, it was the conclusion of that story, and normally what that means is that in about a week or two, we would get the next series with Ash in the next region with the next batch of characters. And yet, they've kind of 180'd us, or not really. I think a lot of people were kind of thinking this could happen, and what they're doing is they're actually going to be concluding Ash's story. So, we have next week a little special episode that, judging by the hat and the outfit that Ash is wearing, seems to be set in the little alternate universe movies they've been doing. You know, I Choose You, the one with Lugia and Zeraora, and the one with Zarude. I don't remember the English names, I only know their Japanese names. But yeah, looks like they're doing a little special set in that next week. And then in January, they are doing a short little series. It's going to be 11 episodes, concluding Ash's journey, and it seems to be about him finding out what the next steps are to being a Pokemon Master. You know, it begins with Gary being like, hey, now that you're the top trainer, what are you going to do to become a Pokemon Master? And Ash is like, huh? And so obviously it'll follow that. I'm very, very curious for what happens in these 11 episodes. I'm curious where we end with this character, because they have said this is his final chapter. So I'm very curious what they decide, and let me know in the comments below what you think will be happening with Ash. Do you think, he's going to decide to try to catch all the Pokemon, and then that's going to conclude a story with him just going off to try to catch them all? Is it going to be him deciding, hey, you know what, I want to take my shot at the Kanto League again? You know what, how could we see this closing off? Let me know in the comments below. But then the anime is not really ending. Ash's journey is indeed concluding, but in April of next year in Japan, they will be beginning a new anime. We haven't really gotten a title for this anime. It's just Pokemon or Pocket Monsters. I mean, that's all we know right now. But it will be following a new character, or two new characters rather. It seems the main protagonist is a girl, and then there is a boy protagonist as well. It's going to be seemingly set in the Paldea region, given that the girl has a little Terra pendant, and they've got Sprigatito, Quaxley, and Fuecoco with them. And, I mean, I'm excited for this. I'm very upset about what's happening with Ash. I totally understand it. I even think and will be more confident of this as time goes on. Sure that that's the right move for the anime, but I grew up with Ash. I got into Pokemon by Lucario. I got a card of Lucario, and I thought he was really cool, and then I watched the Lucario movie, and so that was kind of the thing that made me fall in love with the series, and I've watched the anime ever since. So it's very end of an era. It kind of, it feels like I was talking to SB Juju this morning, and even he said it feels like he's losing a friend, and that's exactly how I describe it. It's bittersweet. I do think that this is the right direction from the franchise. How do you go further than Ash being the top trainer, becoming literally the #1 trainer in the world? How do you go up from that? You kind of can't. So it is the right direction to close off a story, and I am so happy that they're doing an 11 episode saga about him, rather than just kind of concluding it with Journeys and ending it there, not going any further. But I do wish that, I do not even wish, but I'm upset, it is a big part of my childhood, and so it is sad to see that part of it go. And I'd love to know, how all of you guys feel about this. I'd love to know your thoughts. I know that in past videos when I've talked about the anime, there's been a lot of call for them to replace Ash, and I totally get that, but I guess I'm just wanting to know are you going to miss him? Even though you think this might be the right direction, are you going to miss him? Now, my expectations for this new anime are that I hope that the feel is a little bit different. I don't want it to feel like what the last 20, almost 7, or I guess almost 6 for the anime, last 26 years of the anime have felt like. I hope it feels like something completely different. I kind of hope it has a similar vibe to Twilight Wings, which of course is a little short series they did with the Galar region. It wasn't even made by the people who make the anime, but it followed like different characters in the Galar region, and just the story it wasn't darker, but it was deeper, you know what I mean? And I really hope that we can kind of get that from here too. I hope that it really just is kind of like the character study that Twilight Wings was, and I don't know, I'm super excited to see what they bring. I'm excited to learn more about this in the future, and even though I am very much going to miss him, I am also excited to see Ash's saga conclude in January. I think that maybe we could even see some really cool stuff happen. It was teased at the end of today's episode that Ash reunited with Butterfree, so maybe, I don't know, it'd be cool if he caught the Butterfree and the Butterfree's, partner that it met back in the Indigo League, because obviously he's not just going to take back Butterfree, he would have to get both, but that would be really neat. It would be cool if we did get to see him catch some more Pokemon. We see like a scene with him with a Latios, and that kind of reminds me of the Latios from the movie Pokemon Heroes, which of course had a Latios and Latios, and Ash bonded with the Latios a lot there, so it'd be cool if that was the same one. I don't know if they'd go that far, but hey, they're ending the show, so I think they'd pump out the fan service, that's kind of a lot of what Journeys was. They made sure that every single past protagonist appeared at some point in the anime, even if it was like in Misty and May and Max's case, just literally showing them watching Ash's battle. They still made a point to do that, so I could definitely see that being the case here as well, with just how fan servicey it is. But yeah, I'm very, very excited just to see what happens. And I say bring on the fan service. If you're gonna conclude his story, a story that some people have been following for 26 years just about, then I say go out with a bang, like really make it a great ending, I gotta tell you, it's wild. I always thought if I ever had a kid, obviously I'm gonna do what I can to get them to like Pokemon, and I can't believe that if that ever happens, I'd be showing them a brand new protagonist that's not Ash at all, so that's just a wild feeling. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on the anime just as a whole, just reflect. Let's let this just be a place where we kind of just say our goodbyes to Ash and to this saga of the anime, this 26-year-long saga. And also be sure to let me know in the comments below what your expectations are for this new anime, what you'd like to see. Do you think that the main character is Ash's daughter? Because there's a lot of talk of that, and that the main boy is Go's son. Yeah, let me know what you think of all that in the comments below. Until next time, I'll see all of you later.